Okay, does anybody have any questions?
How do you win an audience back when you start to lose them?
How do you win an audience back when you start to lose them? Wow, that's a really, really good one. The first thing to answer, to kind of get into that, is to understand that my principle that I always teach everybody, the relationship is the most important thing about stand-up comedy, okay? It's not going through your show. If you're losing them, okay, first of all, if you're present, you'll notice. That's the first thing to know. I mean, a lot of people are so interested in doing their next joke and going, they don't have a clue that the audience is laughing or that they've lost them. So the first thing is being present and in a relationship and noticing, wow, I'm just not doing very well. They're not laughing, it's not hitting, whatever. So that's the first step, is just awareness of it. The second thing, I think what to do is what I just say, brutal honesty. To just sit there and go, wow, that joke sucked, didn't it? And acknowledge it. Okay, because I think the audience, it's about trust. The audience will always trust you as long as they know that you know what's really going on. I know it's kind of weird, isn't it, the way I put it? But if they know that you're bombing and you're not doing well, you kind of lost the room, and you go, whoa, I lost everybody. I think, I saw a show one time, a guy lost the room, and after videotapes, I stopped it and went, okay, what went through your mind right at that moment? And he said, well, I was thinking, everybody here hates me now, don't you? And we in the class laughed hysterically at that moment, because that was exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And if he called that, right, he'd called that, and see, his unconscious mind gave him the perfect answer. Does that make sense? But a lot of people edit it out. Boom, it's right there. Okay, if you then get rid of that editor and let it, if I always say, if it running through your mind, let it come out of your mouth, especially in those tough situations. As far as I'm concerned, the sense of humor evolved as a way of dealing with stress and pain, painful things, okay? So if you trust your unconscious mind, and something's not going well in a show, and you acknowledge it and gotta go, oh, I'm in trouble right now. This really hurts, right? I find your sense of humor kicks in automatically as a way of saving you, okay? And you'll get the perfect things to say if you let those things out right then and right there without any hesitation, without any evaluation. That just comes out of you. Usually the audience laughs really hard because of the vulnerability and the honesty of that moment. And you can reset the show and pick it up from there and move forward and try to find the audience's funny bone.
And then he starts giving us a math question. If Kendra has C-cup boobies and you slide your penis between them, how many strokes do you have to do before you achieve the tits alternative? And then he says, Jacques Dietz was an 83-year-old mathematician, and he said, there's always an alternative inside every math theorem. Susco, your alternative is to get the hell out of my classroom. I'm tired of you laughing at my sandals. Boom! That one didn't work. Never going to hear that one again. Another Colossus, you're out of there. So I have to keep myself updated with medical knowledge. There's a current study that shows that women undergoing fertility treatment, if they're entertained by clowns, are twice as likely to achieve a baby, to become pregnant. But they stopped the study because the babies were being born with bright orange hair and big red noses. These babies turned out weird. Weird, I tell you. One of them became president.
The worst thing you can do is just ignore it and keep droning through your show, because pretty soon the audience is going, does he even know we're here? Does she notice that we're not laughing at all? And that's where the audience stops trusting the comedian. As long as they trust you, they'll stay with you. And sometimes in shorter shows, they'll start pulling for you and hoping that you'll find your way out of it and you know, really start making them laugh. So it's the first thing is about being present and noticing, and second is call it and just be absolutely brutally honest about what's really happening.